The moment I saw a photo like this one on the internet, I decided right there and then that I had to see it for myself soon. So in June of 2004, I went on a tour of Croatia and Slovenia and finally came face to face with this jaw-dropping view. Dubrovnik's old town is a medieval town with stone walls towering over its inner maze. I had the pleasure of walking the walls, which afforded views of its orange-tiled rooftops and the surrounding Adriatic Sea. Pamukkale, which means cotton castle in Turkish, is famous for its gleaming white calcite travertines overrunning with warm, mineral-rich waters atop a mountain overlooking the village below, thereby providing tourists like me a spectacular and unforgettable scenery. Grand Place is a central square of Brussels and is surrounded by the flamboyant City Hall, the neo-Gothic King's House, and opulent Baroque guildhalls. I really loved its ambiance and is definitely a sumptuous feast for the eyes. Taj Mahal is an ivory white marble mausoleum in Agra, India, which is stunning and breathtaking from every conceivable angle possible. Giant's Causeway is an area of about 40,000 interlocking basalt columns formed as a result of an ancient volcanic fissure eruption. It looks like a carpet of enormous stepping stones extending out into the Irish Sea. The basalt pillars range in size from a matter of centimeters to tens of meters. I had a field day taking photographs and admiring how a cataclysmic event could bring about such a natural work of art. Halong Bay's dense cluster of around 1,600 amazing monolithic limestone islands, topped with thick jungle vegetation, rise majestically from the bay and provide a stunning and spectacular scenery. I took a 2-day boat cruise and enjoyed every minute of it. Wadi Ram is an expansive and grandiose desert filled with towering rocky hills with shades of a combination of red, orange, and yellow. It offers a panorama of its photogenic nature with rocky sandstone mountains and boundless space. Hence, it has been used as a background setting in a number of films like Lawrence of Arabia and The Martian. Abu Simbel's two massive rock-cut temples are truly a sight to behold. The Great Temple is 98 feet high with four-seated colossi depicting Ramses II flanking the entrance. The small temple, on the other hand, is 40 feet high, with 6 colossi across the front facade, 3 on either side of the doorway, depicting Ramses II and his queen Nefertari. Iguazu Falls is one of the world's most awe-inspiring and astounding sights. It comprises a chain of hundreds of waterfalls that extends to almost 2 miles. The power and noise of the cascades provide a truly jaw-dropping and visceral experience. Tiger's Nest is a sacred Buddhist temple that clings impassively to a cliff 900 meters above the upper Petra Valley. It is Bhutan's most iconic landmark and one of its holiest religious sites. Its majestic setting truly makes hiking up to it an amazing, albeit a little arduous, experience. Machu Picchu is a 15th century Incan citadel that lies on the crest of a 2,430-meter mountain ridge. It is a marvel of mortar-free limestone architecture, deep in the Amazonian jungle. It was built without the aid of wheels or iron tools. More than 600 terraces prevent the citadel from sliding down the mountain. Angkor Wat is the world's largest religious structure. This vast Buddhist temple complex has more than 1,000 buildings made in the traditional style of Khmer engineering. It is one of the great cultural wonders of the world. The Nabatean city of Petra was built on a terrace enclosed by sandstone cliffs veined with the shades of red and purple, varying to pale yellow. Hence, it was called a rose-red city half as old as time. The treasury is one of the most elaborate temples in Petra, and consequently the most photographed structure as well. It is a 40-meter high building carved and sculpted out of the stone rock surface. The monastery, on the other hand, is one of the larger monuments and is modeled after the treasury. It is located 850 steps up from the lower road and is just as stunning and awe-inspiring as the treasury. It also provides stupendous views from the mountaintop of the entire Petra Valley. Each year, around 2 million wildebeest and a host of zebras and antelopes migrate from Tanzania's Serengeti to the south of Kenya's Maasai Mara via the Mara River in search of lush grazing grounds and life-giving water. It is the largest single movement of wild animals in the world and is deservedly listed as one of its 8 natural wonders. It truly was a spectacle and a delight to witness it firsthand.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Sige, tita, picture.
I had a spiritual, emotional, and physical reaction the moment I heard the thundering noise from the cascading waters of Victoria Falls. It could have been deafening and grating to most people, but instead, for me, it was exhilarating, uplifting, and awe-inspiring. The noise can be heard from a distance of 40 kilometers, while the spray and mist from the falling water rise to a height of over 400 meters and can be seen from a distance of 50 kilometers. Hence, local tribes used to call it Mosi o Tunya, the smoke that thunders.